Well, over the weekend, we brought you the story of athletes in Eldoret who have fallen from grace to grass after years of beating the world and minting millions at races across the globe. What happened to them? What happened to their money? Well, financial sector services players will converge at Safari Park Hotel, Nairobi, from the 11th of July to the 15th for the inaugural Sports Finance Conference to chart strategies for monetary empowerment of Kenyan sportsmen and thereby answer some of these questions. Critical topics to be discussed at the conference are sports banking, sports investments, sport insurance and sports pension. It has been noted that immensely talented players across almost all sports have retired from their fields of excellence to hardship, and the conference intends to highlight the relevance of financial education to sportsmen. Joining us now is Stanley Omino, who is the conference director. Thanks for making time, Stan.
Thank you for having me, Abby.
All right, first time you're having a sports conference. What perhaps triggered you to think of this?
As you mentioned in your bulletin, the space for sports athletes, the life of athletes about 10 years. That's when they're prime. And after that, the earnings that they get from that, they don't invest it properly. And later on you hear side stories about them. So this conference basically is also to challenge the financial world in Kenya sector to come up with products, innovative products to help the sportsmen and women in this country.
So looking at the current state of events, would you say a number of athletes are conscious on their sort of financial management, or what's the situation at the moment?
Well, the situation is pretty dire. We can run on about examples that we can give you of sportsmen and women who have been famous, and during their fame everybody has run to them and they've been in the limelight, and after that then they're dumped and they have nothing to show for that. Basically also this conference also educate them how to best manage their finances as well as invest, and also challenge the sports, the financial sector to come up with products, as well as in the insurance sector to come up with products to cater for those sportsmen and women in this country.
If you were to sort of expound a bit, when you talk about these products, what are some of the top 5 products you'd say a sports athlete would need?
Well, in terms of, everyone needs a bank account, but you come back from winning a marathon from let's say you've won the Amsterdam Marathon, you come back, you have an account, but your account is not steady. And if you want to go to get a loan, you have to have your pay slips for it. These are some of the products that bank institutions need to come up with to cater for that environment. Another one is also sports insurance. I get, as an athlete gets injured, to go to hospital, get an operation, and that's about it, paid by insurance. But there's no follow through in terms of specialist treatment, in terms of what happened when you broke, how you can recuperate and stuff. Those are just a few of the products that we can have. Now it comes in terms of pensions as well. When they retire, they have something to look back on and also invest in, probably other than just buying flats and just living off, but getting to strategic business avenues for them to live off.
Of course, the bigger issue is financial literacy among these sportsmen, that most have said it's sort of not at the levels we'd like to see in the likes of South Africa, countries like the United States. If you're to compare the European countries and the African countries, what's your global sort of assessment?
We are a long way short of what the global expectations are, but that doesn't mean that we can't start somewhere and actually pull up our socks to get somewhere. And basically this is just the start of it, basically to teach also the athletes and sportsmen and women of this country how to look after themselves post their careers. So basically we may be lagging behind, but we will catch up.
Okay.
Yes.
Are we likely to see some of them eventually starting up, be it a clothes line, like what you're seeing abroad where LeBron James has his entire footwear?
I'll give you an interesting fact. There is someone in the UK who has started up a shoe firm for runners called Kalenji. Now that is from Kalenjin. Someone's using a tribe in Kenya, we're known for running, they're making running shoes and selling it to us. Of course that is something that we we should do to also, these are some of the things that they can also come up with the closing line. I mean, it'd be nice to see the Kenyan national team branded by a Kenyan sports firm.
All right.
Yes.
Many thanks there, Stanley
Thank you,
Omino, Conference Director, just giving us the latest in terms of what's been making headlines. Not headlines, but the upcoming conference that will be sort of trying to address issues that have affected sportsmen in the country. Well, moving on.